We are live. Hello and welcome to Mary. What do you see? We are here again in prime time tonight, and tonight is a great night. As always, we are the show that is psychically supercharged, and we're here to help. We're going to review a case that's more than 20 years old that made all the news in the UK involving sex and celebrities. Stay tuned and let's solve some mysteries. Before I go on, let me clear up a few things. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse us with people who have any more insight than the general public. Mary is a psychic medium and she is merely the messenger. So if you don't like the message, take it up with Spirit. Great. That being aside, let me introduce you to some of the people that are going to help me keep this show moving. I believe Jason will be helping us in the chat tonight. Jason is our chat bouncer. Still working that title, Jason. Sorry, but he'll throw you out of here if you get out of line. So watch it. But down here at the bottom, this is Tenacious B. This is the lovely Brooke. She is our PR dynamo. She is our former model and makeup artist. Current makeup artist, always a makeup artist. This is so hello to the lovely Brooke. How are you, Brooke?
I'm great. This week's better with people.
Oh, you've had some less crazy people this week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
About some crazy people. Mary goes and takes care of the cat or something.
Yeah, no stalker situation. One's at bay, another one developed another one, But whatever, we're attracted to them.
You're a magnet for stalkers.
Excited for a new week. How are you, Mary?
Yeah.
Wow, she meets them all. She really draws in the best folks. So, but say hello to Brooke. But here to my left, to my left here, to your right, my left. Don't let me go farther before I introduce you to one of the most powerful psychics in the medium game today. She has dedicated her powerful gifts to giving a voice to those who cannot speak, those victims and those families. She's here to hunt for missing people and those responsible and put them where they belong. She's often been described as one of the top 5 psychics on Earth, and we are going to challenge her tonight to solve this one. So let me introduce to you Mary, the medium.
Hey guys.
Mary.
Oh boy.
How are you, Mary? Am I overselling it, or we, is it appropriate?
No, I think I could handle it.
You think I can handle it? Put a lot of pressure on you tonight, Mary, but
after what Spirit shows me on a daily basis, honey, yeah, this is easy.
Yeah, sometimes we the show takes a turn midweek. We're thinking we're going to do one thing and we do an entirely different thing. Yeah, it constantly happens. It's why we're a little bit late to the show. Always preparing last minute, always adding some little things. So Spirit is never on time or keeps a schedule. Darn it. Likes to talk to her in the car, unfortunately. So that seems dangerous that she's seeing ghosts in her car. But I want to introduce you to the stage. I don't mean to smile. This one's not a real happy story, but there's a big one, a lot of characters involved. So let me introduce you to the stage. This is the deceased Stewart Luuk. Stuart, he was from Essex, England. He was 31 years old. He passed away. It was in March 31st, 2001. Okay, so Stuart passed away at the home of Michael Barrymore. If you don't know who Michael Barrymore is, you obviously don't live in England because he's the game show host of game show hosts in England. So strike it lucky and kids say the stupidest shit or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, so it was at the home of this guy here, Michael Barrymore.
Why am I seeing sexual abuse?
Well, you're kind of like, ahead of yourself here. So you see sexual abuse. What are you seeing? Let's just, before we go on, what are you seeing as far as sexual abuse here?
Okay, well, this guy, Barrymore, he's a very sly type of person, or appears to be that way. Joked a lot, but he not him sexual abuse. Can we go back to the victim? This guy.
This is Stuart. Yeah.
Yeah. Did Stuart suffer some sort of sexual attack or sexual abuse?
Yeah. He was found drowned in his pool, Michael Barrymore's pool, and yeah, he had been pretty brutally assaulted. He had some damage to his backside, put that without getting too gross. But yeah, he was badly abused, looked like he'd been beaten up pretty good and had been drowned. So yeah, they found him in the pool.
Any head injuries? Any head
Yeah, I think he'd been thumped around a little bit. They initially had thought maybe it was an accident. He hit his head, but saw that he'd been abused pretty badly. So yeah, I
No,
think it was
it's
pretty
not an
clearly an
accident.
assault. But yeah, they don't really know who. That's the problem. That's what we're here to figure out. Because this man was clearly assaulted, assuming against his will, and died in this guy's backyard. So I mean, this is Michael Barrymore. He's actually one of the suspects we're going to talk about. So there was 9 people at the house that night.
Is he a closet gay?
He's not closeted. He's out of the closet. He was even out of the closet at the moment, I believe. So yeah, he was a long time out of the closet. So this is him, more recently. He lost his career, eventually got some amount of it back, but really never erased the stain of what happened at his house. So at the house that night, there were 9 people. So the first person we're talking is Michael Barrymore.
Okay.
Michael Barrymore was there. There was a couple of people, 2 teenage girls. Don't really have a lot of pictures or information because the UK press, they don't really talk about kids too much. But there was 2 young women named Claire Jones and Kelly Campbell. They didn't appear to know anybody. They were groupies, just hopped in on the party. And from what the police were saying, they cooperated. So
he has that a lot. As a matter of fact, I think he has a 17 or an 18-year-old boyfriend now. He has a really young, I'm seeing a really young boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Was the victim a boyfriend of his? Do we know that?
Did not seem like it. No, it didn't seem like he was a boyfriend. His boyfriend was actually at the party. He had a steady mate, but no, that Stuart wasn't his boyfriend.
Okay.
So let's move on the list a little bit. So the 3 people we had talked about already, the 2 teenage girls we don't know a lot about, and then Michael. All right, so let's introduce to you a few more characters here. Or this is the home where it happened. The body was found here in the pool, but police think it was. They suspect it was done in the hot tub. That's where he was killed, and then moved into the pool to stage it look like an accident. Okay. So let's bring to the stage a couple of people here. All right, so these 2, this guy in the right here. Whoa, what do we see here?
I'm not liking what you see.
No, I don't. I don't like it. The guy on the right with the spiky hair, I'm not liking. He's got a anger problem. Okay, and he has covered up a lot. I feel like not honest, not at all.
Not honest at all. Nope. All right, we'll just do a little bit of cold reading. So the guy on the right and the spiky guy on the left, do you think anything about him, or what's your reading on him?
I think he is gay. That's got, I'm just saying I think he was there maybe at the request of Barrymore, but this guy on the right, just very, very shady. Who is this guy on the right?
That would be Jonathan Kenny. That is the boyfriend of Michael Barrymore at the time. He no longer is with him, but that's Jonathan Kenny.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, this guy on the left here. This is James Feuders. James he's a friend of Michael Barrymore. I think he was his paper boy, and he continued to come over. A little bit creepy.
I guess pool boy, more like serve me drinks, pool boy.
I don't think you're out of line. I think that's correct. But he I guess he hung around the house, was driving by the house, or was near the house that night and heard the party, so he showed up. So the guy on the right, that is Jonathan Kenny. And that guy is the boyfriend. So we'll talk about more on him. But at first glance, Mary doesn't really like that dude. All right, so we turn the page here. Here are 3 more people who were at the party. So this is Simon Shaw here on the left.
Don't like him either.
You don't like Simon Shaw?
No.
Okay, Simon Shaw was at the party. He was actually friends with Feuders. So the guy here, the guy here in the pink, he wandered in with Feuders. So this guy here on the left, you're not liking him. Okay, the guy here in the center is a garbage man who they met him up at the nightclub. They're at a Millennium nightclub in Essex. And this garbage man, his name was Justin Merritt. He's here in the center. And then his sister was at him at the nightclub. So she joined the party also. That is Kylie Merritt. So that is all the people who were at the house that night. So
Okay,
what do we see about
the guy in the black coat right in front of me is also hiding a lot, him and the other guy. And I feel like the victim, they just decided to. I feel like Barrymore had quite a number of boyfriends and just didn't tell the others, or maybe they knew about it. Maybe it was a orgy or whatever have you. The victim was unwilling. I feel like he was sexually abused. I feel like the garbage man, believe it or not, was set up.
Garbage Man was set up?
I feel like
that would be Justin Merritt. You think he was set up?
From what Spirit is showing me, I feel like these two men, if you can go back to their photos right there, the guy in the black coat, and then if we could go back
to this gentleman,
this guy right here, the black tie,
Jonathan Kenny. That's the boyfriend of Michael Barrymore.
Yeah, I just feel like there might have been some jealousy or some egos bruised that night. Okay. And I feel like they set up the victim and physically attacked him. They physically, sexually assaulted him. And now the head injury. Now, did they find strangle marks around his neck?
No, I don't think there was any strangulation.
Because I'm seeing Spirit did something. Spirit is showing me that one of those men put their arms or their hands around his neck, but the head injury is what really concerns me. Okay, they lied about that. He didn't hurt his head in the bottom of the pool. It was cracked open. Like they just took out all their sexual energy on this victim.
So what they were saying was there was marks on his head that suggested maybe they were holding his head under the water. They were not like he hit his head with a blunt injury, but more like rubbed against the tile, or that's what they had. That's what they thought it was, the hot tub. He was holding his head under the hot tub.
Right.
And, the rough bottom of a hot tub. That sounds like what they saw on the autopsy.
The garbage. Can we go back to the garbage man? I just feel like they were opportunists, him and his sister. I don't know what they were trying to get out of it. He does appear to be bisexual, the garbage man.
Justin,
I think he is bisexual. I think that he played some part in it, but was he the actual murderer of the victim? Maybe they had him do something to him. But I feel like the mastermind behind the killing is this guy. Now, this is only what Spirit's showing me, folks. This is my opinion based on what Spirit is showing me right now. And so I am just stating my opinion. Okay. This is not fact.
Your Spirit isn't really too far from the Essex police, because in 2007, the Essex police arrested 3 people in this case. They weren't ever charged, but the 3 people they arrested were, of course, the famous John, or if not John Barrymore, this is English. Michael Barrymore was arrested in 2007, along with 2 other people. So Jonathan, the Kenny, the one that she was pointing to here in the dark on the right, he was also arrested in 2007, and also arrested was the garbage man. Justin was arrested. Okay, so the story goes, the reason that those 3 were arrested, the story goes, at least that was what the police had surmised from the interviews they had done over the years. They've done lots of interviews with these people, so they surmised that it said around 3:30 in the morning, everybody else had gone into the house. There was 3 people that were still outside. There was Stewart Lubbock, who from what the witnesses said, was just playing by himself in the pool, splashing about, diving into the pool. I forget how they put it. English.
It wasn't diving in the pool. I feel like Stuart probably had a fear of water, to be honest with you, over his head. That's what I'm getting. Stuart kind of had a fear of water.
Like he couldn't swim or something, perhaps, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what they said. So the two people who said that he was out there in the pool frolicking about were the garbage man, who Justin Merritt was in the hot tub with Jonathan Kenny. So him and Jonathan were in the hot tub together.
Okay, show me Jonathan Kenny again. Show me
Jonathan Kenny's, he's the one in the dark there, the one you didn't like. That's Jonathan. So Jonathan is in the hot tub here on the right here. I should have put Jonathan and the garbage man in the same slide. So they are in the hot tub together. That is Jonathan here and the garbage man, Justin, here in the middle.
Right.
They're in the hot tub together, and in the pool by himself, frolicking around, is the victim, Stewart Luuk. So those two, the gentlemen that were in the hot tub, Jonathan and Justin, the garbage man, they decide to take it into a bedroom into the house for whatever. I don't know, but don't think about it. So those two leave the hot tub and leave, and they say that Stuart at that point is still in the pool. All right, so around 20 minutes later, Michael Barrymore, the owner of the home, the TV celebrity, busts into the bedroom that those two are sharing, Jonathan, his boyfriend, and Justin, the garbage man, to change clothes, change shorts. Some reason changes his shorts, goes back outside, and comes back in 5 minutes later and says, "There's been a body found in the pool." So that is really how. So sometime between 3:30, when those two gentlemen were in the hot tub and said he was still in the pool, by 3:50 he was a dead body outside. So
I feel like he was gang raped.
He was gang raped. Wow.
Sexually assaulted. Held under, and something whacked him over the head.
Okay, do I really? I don't know if I want to ask this question, but okay. So, people have been criticizing police during the case because initially they thought it was just a bad accident. He got hammered and fell into the pool, hit his head, whatever, and drowned accidentally.
Not at all.
Police didn't control the crime scene very well, and there was a couple of things taken from when the police arrived till when they closed the crime scene. One of those was the pool thermometer. And then one of those was a handle from a broken shed out in the pool. So there was two items that were taken because the police.
So the thermometer, I feel like they rammed something up him. How big is that thermometer?
It would be an appropriate size where it would be possible and would hurt also.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I didn't really. That was the question. That was didn't really want to ask, but you think that was probably something that, and this obviously wasn't, anything consensual.
No, it was not.
Yeah, I can pull up a picture of the pool thermometer, and it's. I'm gonna regret it. Of course.
How about we just don't?
I mean, how is it like, guys? Because during the day I'm a professional chef, so I've got candy thermometers like.
It's maybe a little bit bigger than an average candy thermometer.
Damn, that poor kid. Yeah, yep. He got jumped. He got jumped.
So who took the thermometer from the pool? Was it the police covering something up, or was it someone at the party?
Well, ask that question again.
Who took the thermometer from the pool after the police arrived?
One of those guys took it. Took it as he got rid of it. He got rid of it.
All right, so one of the assaultants or the assailants, I suppose you should say.
Yes.
Okay.
What's the deal with them? What's happened with them?
Yeah, where are they now?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Michael has gotten semblance of his career back. So he's done some things on television. So he's back, at least somewhat in the public eye. Apparently he didn't last much longer with Jonathan Kenny. He moved on. Not a lot on him. Strangely, the one from the garbage man, Justin Merritt, has a really strange ending. They tracked him down because, even today, this is in the press in the UK. 20 plus years later, they're still investigating this, and they've tracked this guy down. after this, he apparently went off grid, decided to move to a houseboat in somewhere southern England, and really has been kind of, I got a picture here they showed when the news tracked him down, that's him and that's his houseboat, and apparently he just tries to stay out of the public eye for whatever reason. He's been running since this happened. Obviously the arrest in 2007 affected him pretty deeply, but yeah, he's either feeling screw society, or he has some guilt and is trying to stay low. So strange ending for this guy. That's him today. This is I got a few pictures of him. This is another picture.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Those are some pretty big. Yeah, Mary seems to be a little.
Is the ear gauges? Yeah, I think those are freaking weird too. But I'm a Generation X. It's not my thing. It's a millennial. What? Mary looks like she's seen a ghost.
Seen a ghost.
What's going on here, Mary? What are we looking at?
I feel like society trashed him, and that's why he went. Social media and society trashed him, and that's why he went off grid.
Yeah, well, this was really early in the social media era, so yeah, maybe that's what happened.
This particular.
Was this guy then? Is he gay too then? I mean, or bi or whatever?
I see bi.
Yeah. I think just insinuating on what the story of the night that he went, in the
that's where I'm going with this. Like,
okay, so
what would be what? What would be the motive?
Tell you where that candy thermometer went.
The candy thermometer, the pool thermometer.
The pool thermometer.
Right.
Went into his sister's purse.
What?
Into his sister's purse.
Like afterward, or?
That's interesting, because his sister was arrested for lying to the police later. Wasn't held very long. Wasn't charged, but this is
well.
Kylie.
I mean,
why would Kylie take the thermometer?
Is there like some type of party that these guys go? Like, how did they end up with this guy? Is it?
It's an opportunity, guys.
Yeah, they went out clubbing and picked up dudes as they went.
Yeah, opportunity. Holy cow, she is hiding a lot.
Kylie is, who is she protecting? Her brother?
Her brother.
The garbage man.
The garbage man. But
didn't you say that there were multiple people, Mary? Didn't you say that there were multiple people? So it's not just this guy that did it?
No, the guy right there.
Jonathan Kenny was, I think it sounded like was he the main assailant, the aggressive one?
Yes. I feel like this guy right here with the black sideburns, and the other guy in the suit, the other guy, him.
Jonathan, yeah.
Yeah, and this one right here with the sunglasses, we haven't really talked much about him. Real quiet, shy, very gay, but so he kept quiet the whole time. And I think they were all using the garbage man as a scapegoat. However, with that being said, I just feel like the garbage man and his sister also took advantage. Okay. She was there for a reason, and I have not figured that out. I mean, opportunity, but he is bisexual. I'm getting the guy in the center is bisexual. And I think they used him as a scapegoat. I really, really do.
So you think maybe he was involved, but sort of a follower, but then they sort of tried to blame the whole thing on him?
Yes, I do.
Well, perhaps he maybe his fingerprints were on that thermometer. That's why his sister grabbed it.
I just feel like, yes,
it would have been evidence if that was used. I don't want to do any detail, but his fingerprints were on there. Right. Certainly be damning for him. So if he touched that, maybe he said to his sister.
It just sent his mind downward, guys. I mean, this guy is off grid, but that boat, okay, and seeing that picture, I see almost like a split personality. Like, he looks harmless there. Okay, no, not that picture.
Are you talking about this one here?
Yes.
But you see something else in there. There's
something else there.
He's on the waterways of England. That's where he lives. So it doesn't look like he has a permanent spot. So he moves around a lot.
I feel like society and social media, I feel like he got most of the blame, and I feel like they chewed him up, spit him out, and made his life worthless. But there's something else going on with him.
Think he's angry at the world, maybe?
Yes, I do. Very much so.
He's a river pirate that's got a chip on his shoulder.
He also hangs around, I want to say, some not so good people, if he lets them into his circle.
Some, I guess you don't, living like on the houseboats of the river.
I got attacked. Okay, and I'm going to say the name. I got attacked relentlessly for weeks on end by Amy Bruni because of my gift. I happened to appear at the Jersey Paranormal Paraunity thing years ago, and I was just completely attacked for weeks on end by her and her followers. So I know what social media, because of my gift, guys.
Yeah.
And because no one believed when I first came out that I can literally take a picture of Spirit standing there talking and moving in my videos, and all I do is take a picture. And you know, karma's a bitch. Karma is really a bitch. So you need to be nice to people. But I am going to tell you, I just feel like the world blamed him, especially the other guys at that party blamed him as a scapegoat.
Yeah, blame the garbage man. That makes sense.
Right. And it has sent him into a downward mental crisis spiral.
So, yeah, maybe he's, I hate to suggest, it's that those canals he's living in are connected to the Thames. So, I hate to be morbid and say maybe
he looks pleasant.
Well, yeah, she said it's a split personality. Yeah, but
right.
She looked like she'd seen a ghost when she would throw him on the screens. I've seen Mary react like that before. I don't want to say the name, but yeah,
it's usually when it's pedophiles.
Yeah, she usually reacts pretty harshly to that.
Yeah, but I don't play with pedophiles.
No, we do not.
Let's keep an eye on Justin. There's something else there, maybe.
There is something else there. I'm afraid to say it.
What else what are we seeing? Bodies?
No, yeah. Let Mary say what she wants to say. Let's not pressure her. If there's a reason why she doesn't want to say it, it's probably because it's premature.
Yeah, I think it's premature.
So she's not liking that guy so much. But
it's premature. Getting my grasp on that photo. It's like, the crying and then the laughing, hysterical kind of personality.
The Joker type guy, yeah.
Maniacal. No, I'm sorry, guys. I got a cat that's.
I mean, what? Oh, hi, cutie pie. Oh, what a beautiful.
I know. Sorry, I'm not trying to. Keep on going, guys. I was just getting.
Okay, so anyway, so in that photo of him and his sister, I mean, he looks harmless. I feel like he was used as a scapegoat by this guy in the black coat and the other guy, the other
Jonathan,
men, and the TV star. They used him as a scapegoat.
So we're putting the blame. So they arrested the right people. Michael Barrymore.
Him. I'm glad. Yeah.
But he didn't spend long in jail. They released him. They're still investigating this case.
Yeah,
is still
I was wondering if we ever got justice.
Wow.
That's why they were tracking down this Justin guy. Is that the news had to track the guy down because he'd been off the grid for so long that they had to go find him. So they found him living, as a river pirate kind of.
Wow. I mean, look what social media did to him. Look what society did to him. That's sad.
There's a certain point where you have to stop blaming those. Sometimes, your healing is your responsibility, not your trauma, but it's your responsibility. You can't just be an asshole.
Karma's a bitch, folks.
It is. It is.
I see it all the time in the spirit realm.
Okay, I think we've kind of talked to we about this case. I mean, perhaps we could revisit it, but got anything more we need to say or see about these people that took out Stuart, or are we kind of?
I think that they were trying to save their own ass.
Right. Certainly sounds like it. Some celebrities and wealthy people pushing it.
That was also pretty taboo, like, being bisexual and whatnot 20 years ago. Things have changed.
2001, so it was more so for sure.
I mean, being gay 20 years ago was very taboo,
Mm-hmm.
and they just got too rough. They saw fresh meat. To put it bluntly, they saw fresh meat. Sorry, guys. This is probably not for a teenager to watch. They saw, and sorry, YouTube, I say it like spirit shows to me, and what I just heard was fresh meat. They saw me as fresh meat. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, dear. So let's move on. I'm tired of that one. That's kind of disturbing. But we're going to stay in the islands. We're going to stay over in the UK or the Spanish Isles. Let's revisit a case we talked about just last week.
Right.
This is Jay Slater here on the left, here with his supposedly best friend Lucy. So we talked about them. Actually, the last 2 weeks we've brought them up. So we've gotten some more in this case. Mary had talked about initially in this case that he had met with two men that were Northern African looking and had talked about maybe using him as a mule to run drugs. She assumed that was what Lucy was in charge of. So just recently we've done some research and or the news has, I didn't do it. I looked up the gentleman who rented the Airbnb that Jay was staying at the night before he was missing.
Good.
And let's bring onto the stage.
God.
Ayub Abdul. This is Ayub Abdul. So, Mary, first glance, what is Ayub? What do you think?
Oh, no. Oh, please. Do I have to look at that face? I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm not violent, but I kind of want to punch him.
We've seen enough. We can go back to these.
He's dead. He's dead. I'm sorry to say, Jay Slater is dead. Spirit said to me, look at him. And I imagine it was Jay telling me, or one of my spirit guides telling me, look at the guy that rented the Airbnb where Jay spent his last hours. Look at that man.
Right.
So I sent it to you. Let's look at this guy. And that's all I sent. And go back to, do I have to look at him? God almighty.
Let's look at him again. Why not? Let's look at him. Look at him again.
I want to punch him in the face.
Okay, so I did my little.
So this guy, the one on, it's the same guy. Killer. Spirit. This is coming from Spirit, folks. This is only what I'm saying, what Spirit is saying to me, word by word. Killer, monster, drug kingpin, jail time, murderer. These are the words coming from Spirit, not from me. Okay. And not only is he in Tenerife, he's in other areas. He is in Morocco. He is also in Ibiza. He is in other areas. He has people. He flies in. He rents a place. The people come in. He hands the drugs to them. They go out and they sell for him. He flies out. And I mean, so this is what Spirit just showed me. This guy is bad. Very, very bad. I saw two men with Jay. They were holding him by the shoulders, like they had one arm strapped on each shoulder, walking him up a grassy knoll, like a hill, and I'm seeing it. One of them, his face was all beaten to hell and back. His body is lifeless. His feet are dragging behind these two men, and they're carrying him, and he's like this. He's like this. They're carrying him up this grassy knoll, and the mountains are right there, and it's a drop off. I feel like Jay was trying to get away from this man. He did something. There were reports that maybe he stole a Rolex. I feel like it had to do with drugs. He didn't want part of it. He did some and he lost some. And he was trying to get away from this guy. Mm-hmm. And there's another man. There was another man. I see he's got a white T-shirt on. I saw white shirts on the guys bringing him up the grassy hill. This guy is wearing a white shirt. And I feel like this guy had something to do with Jay Slater's murder. This guy. And why are the police not looking at him? He got off scot-free. He got off scot-free because he hands money. He hands money out. He's handing money out. He's keeping people quiet. Why did the police not investigate? I see the police putting money in their pockets. The Spanish police are putting money in their pockets. This guy, they need to look at him. This is
the police. They actually interviewed him. This is what
Spirit just said. Now, is this the spirit of Jay Slater? Or is this one of my spirit guides? I believe this is Jay Slater.
You think that's who did it? Okay.
Yes, I do. And this is only my
police
opinion.
Interviewed this guy.
Mary, but we know about your opinion. Your opinion. Okay, never mind.
Okay. I mean, it's not something I would say, because this is what Spirit is showing. This guy flew in, handed out bags, and was handing out money. Now, Lucy and someone else worked for this guy. So did these two men who I saw with Jay, if one of them wasn't him. I'm telling you, this guy is dirty. What do we know about him?
Well, yeah, I did a little bit of digging. First, the police did interview this guy day of, didn't suspect him and another gentleman he was staying with at that Airbnb. So him and another man who stayed with Jay the night before he died were released by police and they went back to England. This guy has an interesting past. He actually spent 9 years because he was a kingpin running a crack cocaine dealing ring out of Wales. So yeah, he just got out of prison. So yeah, he already run a crack deal. So yeah, it wouldn't be a huge mistake to say he was back at the game.
Do you really think someone that spent 9 years in jail is going to be an upstanding Christian community leader? Hell no. This guy.
No.
This guy.
You generally learn. It's like a job training.
Did he and Lucy know each other?
Huh?
Did he and Lucy know each other?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. And if you follow his movements, like to Ibiza and some other very popular tourist places, you're going to see young, beautiful blondes, okay, working for him. And I don't know if that's the sex trade. Then when you go into other areas, you're going to see young kids handing out, selling drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Kids.
Oh yeah, I got this guy's number.
Yep, I think you do. I think he has some answers, and the other guy he's staying with also. We're gonna try to figure out more about him. The news just dug up this guy a couple days ago that police didn't really look at him very long at all. So yeah, potentially they got a little bit greased.
Because greased. They got their palms greased. And I'm not kidding you when I say the Spanish police are also they are getting their palms greased by the cartel, and this guy is selling from the cartel.
Mm-hmm. So I got one more question about this case. Something else had come up recently in the Jay Slater case. I don't know if this is potentially any kind of involvement. The day before Jay had disappeared, he was involved in some type of fight at a nightclub, altercation, and Jay claimed to have stolen somebody's Rolex, a $12,000 Rolex, off the hand of some guy, and was sent text to his friends making jokes about the $12,000 or 12,000 pound Rolex he took off this guy. He said it was a burly Middle Eastern guy. So there's speculation as to that guy wanted his watch back or that was involved. So is that any type of involvement with the watch here?
I feel like yes, it was. And I feel like this, what's his face? The horrible looking man,
Ayub
I feel
Abdul.
like he handed Jay off to the two men, and I think it was okay to kill him because he doesn't want a thief in his organization.
Oh, so he wasn't necessarily one of the two guys. You think maybe the Middle Eastern guy you stole the watch from?
Oh yeah, because over there, you steal, they cut your hands off. I do not doubt they didn't cut Jay's hands off. They didn't probably tie a bag around his head. I know they found a woman down in the ravine. She had her hands cut off and she had a bag tied around her head. However, with Jay, I feel like these two Middle Eastern men probably, I drew a map to where I thought Jay's body was. I circled on a map last week.
There it is.
Yeah. So I could have been picking up imprints of any dead body down there. Now, the one on the very end, all the way past that, this looks like the grassy slope. And I saw all these mountains in the background. And it looks like they were coming from the very last photo. Looks like they were coming from that area. I feel like Jay was running away. They caught him and they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And Abdul, whatever, didn't want a thief.
Ayub Abdul.
Whatever. Yeah, get a real name, would you, buddy?
He's living in East London. He's still a free man. Yeah, Ayub.
I hope not for long,
dude.
I hope the British police are tailing this guy, his every move, finding out what plane he's going to be on, where he's getting his drugs, and who he's got in his employment, two of which were the kids that were there with Jay, I believe, from Spirit.
Yeah, get some answers there, Ayub.
But I feel like he didn't want a thief in his organization, and he probably called the people that Jay stole the watch from. But I saw two men with Jay, and it was and they were Middle Eastern. They looked like him. They looked like him.
They were dark skinned. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And they killed Jay. Now, Jay could also be in the water. Remember, the very first thing Spirit showed me with Jay was water. And they're like, yeah, dummy, he's on an island. I'm like, no, like as in shark bait, as in fish chum.
Like they took him out of
the water. And how many people have been missing in Tenerife since 2020? Over 464 people went missing in Tenerife since 2020.
Well, it would make sense that that's a major drug hub because it's a party island off the coast of Northern Africa that a lot of European teenagers go to for the weekend, for a club fest or for a party. So if you're running drug mules, you got teenagers or young adults every weekend flying out there.
Yeah.
Certainly wouldn't be hard to get to use that as a stopping point from Morocco or Tunisia, wherever they're getting their stuff from.
Right. I mean, they kill, the Middle Eastern people kill if a thief will kill a thief. Okay, they will kill them. And I believe that's what happened to Jay.
Okay.
Not just for the watch, but also for losing drugs, for not selling drugs. I mean, Jay didn't take it seriously. He was wrapped up in some bad shit. And why Lucy isn't arrested, and Chad, whoever Chad was, I never saw a picture of Chad. If we can find a picture of Chad, I'll tell you what I see on him. Why these kids weren't arrested and make them talk and give up, you do whatever, some weird ass name, give him up. They need to give this guy up. British police need to go after this man and the two Middle Eastern men that I saw with Jay, and from the very start.
Well, fortunately, this is in the news and is made big press over there. So the police are going to be embarrassed to not go after it. So that's the best way to get the English police to move, I guess, is to put it in the news.
Why do you think the Spanish police didn't want help? It's because they're getting their palms greased.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's often why the police won't help. Mary, but what do you see for Lucy? What do you see in the future for Lucy? Do you see her having to answer for what she's done, or do you see her getting away with it? Question more.
Jeez. I see she goes into hiding, okay, but she'll be lucky if they don't come after her.
Oh my. Well, hopefully the police get
because those two kids can talk.
Yep. Yeah, they can expose Mr. Ayub Abdul there, and hopefully the police are on his ass. He lives in East London. He's there right now. Let's go fuck with him. Okay.
East London.
I want to bring on a stage we have a couple more cases to get to, so I'm bringing here the one. This is John O'Keefe here with his ex-wife Karen Reed. This one has actually made pretty big press in the United States recently.
She's
John
she's mean.
Well, okay, go ahead. What are we seeing?
She's vindictive.
Okay.
So, I see he was drinking. Maybe there was another woman. He was hitting on a woman. She is super vindictive. What did she do?
Okay, well, she's been accused of hitting him with her car. So she dropped him off at a party at one of his he's a Boston police officer. She's a financial analyst. Obviously has some money. So she's in her Lexus SUV, drops him off. It was a snowy night at his buddy's party, and his body is later found dead on the lawn, been struck by the car, they assume. So they say that she dropped him off out of the car, got pissed, and then backed him over or ran him over with the car twice. So she was just actually tried, and they hung the jury, unfortunately. So it's a mistrial for murder for hitting her husband. So what do you see here?
She meant to do it.
You think she hit him with her car?
Yeah. Oh God. Oh jeez.
I don't like her.
Oh God. What?
Pretty small.
She should have been a lawyer, because she is one hell of a manipulator.
I don't think she looks like she likes what you're saying.
Oh my God, look at that face.
She looks really unpleasant.
Very, unpleasant is putting it lightly.
Right.
That look is, I'm gonna get you, bitch. I mean, seriously, look at the look. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's a bug on the outside.
Yeah. Well, her defense attorney, apparently they found some reasonable doubt because they pointed the finger at his cop friends, said they beat his ass, killed him, and then blamed it on her. She said that the case wasn't investigated very well. Actually, this is Michael Proctor. He was the investigator in the case. He was actually fired for they revealed some texts during the trial that he had called Karen a whack job, cunt, and a retard on text message. So he was fired. So they
you don't say the R word.
Well, I was quoting. Sorry.
R word. What's the
no,
R?
No.
Well, I was quoting when he called her.
No. Like
yeah,
I
guess I
wasn't
can say
saying
cunt,
that
right?
to you. I know you're quoting.
All right. Well, that's what he called her. He was fired for, obviously sticking up for his cop buddy or being biased. So yeah, that's what her defense attorney had claimed, that the cops were biased and they pointed the finger at her instead of them. So they were covering their own
whack job.
Question though. What was her motive? What's her beef? I don't know anything about this case. What was
they were divorcing or divorced. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
So there wasn't a certain thing. Okay.
It was a tumultuous relationship from the start.
Well, is she trying to say that she didn't do it? I mean, yes. I don't get what there is to try.
She's saying that the cops who were in the house, there was a fight at the party and they hurt him and they ended up killing the cop, leaving him on the lawn and blaming her. So that's her assertion.
No, she's a whack job.
So she ran him over. She hit him with the Lexus.
Yes, she did. She did it twice.
Incredibly, some of the evidence that I saw they brought at the trial was the GPS or the memory from her Lexus that said that her Lexus had accelerated quickly and stopped twice from like 13 miles an hour to 0.
Twice!
As she was dropping them off. So it was moving quickly, then stopped suddenly twice. So
yeah.
Maybe she had a snowbank or something, but it sounds like she hit him with a car.
Yeah.
So that's what happened though. This is Karen Reed.
No remorse. No remorse for it whatsoever.
There was a certain case in I think 2002. It was a dentist, and I think it was a Mercedes, and she hit her husband twice, like this girl. I think jail's in Karen Reed's future.
Well, let's hope so. They can get. I'm sure they're going to retry her. Retrials are harder to get the defense on, so they know what you're going to defend it against. So we'll see how the trial goes better the second time. But we do believe that Karen does belong in prison. We are correct, right?
Yes. She did it intentionally.
Did it deliberate.
Well, that's what Spirit's saying.
Well, if you do it twice, I mean, it wasn't an accident,
right? Once I could see, just didn't see him. Mistake. But twice? Come on.
Seems like a bit
There's
much.
A certain thing with doing it and thinking it and doing it. I'm divorced. I've certainly thought of it, but I would never do it.
She said doing it.
Oh, jeez. You're 12.
All right, so we got a couple more, but this is actually some pretty fresh ones here. I want to bring to the stage.
She'll probably get hit by a damn bus.
Who will get hit by a bus?
She will get hit by a bus.
Oh, Karen Reed?
A pedestrian bus.
Well, shit, if that happens, we have the receipts because Mary said it here. So Karen Reed, look both ways for cross street Karen. All right, so let's bring to the stage. This is 13-year-old Jessica Holzinger from Phoenix. Jessica went missing June 18th, so about 3 weeks ago now, and she's been missing. She was on 27th Avenue and Roosevelt Street in Phoenix. They suspect she may have run away after accidentally starting a fire at the neighbor's house. But their parents are saying she's not in trouble. They just want her home. Been missing 3 weeks. Don't know about this one. Mary, what do you see?
I see. Okay, she was hiding. She went hiding. And I think someone discovered her. And she doesn't want to go home. Someone is hiding her.
Oh.
She went
currently.
She went she hid inside a building or part of a building around the corner. They said she took a pair of jeans with her. I feel like a Spanish guy. I feel like a Spanish guy saw her. She was crying. She was sitting down and found her and took her. Now, I don't know if he took her to a church, but I feel like he took her home. But, okay, so wait. The plot thickens.
Oh.
I feel like somebody got her. And I want to say, like,
kidnapped her?
No, like
killed
do we
her?
have another photo of her?
That's about it. That's about what I can find. No, it's
like so she ran away. She's afraid of the retribution from burning down a house, and
I feel
not burning down a house, a small fire she caused.
Oh, whatever. Come home, kid.
Yeah, big deal. So okay, so this kid, but I feel like the person's house that got burned. Why do I feel like they did something to her?
The neighbor's house. Oh, you think the neighbor, maybe?
I see her hiding. I see someone finds her, walks her by the hand. How old is she? 13?
13.
Yeah. And then I feel like the neighbor, something with the neighbor, and it was a man. Do we have any info on the house that she set fire to?
Really don't know. I just have it was near 27th and Roosevelt Street near her home, so it'd be somewhere around there.
Yeah, I just feel like someone found her. I see a priest, a church. I see a Spanish guy, a nice Spanish guy, actually, asking her why she is crying. And I feel like she ran away. She didn't really explain what had happened. And I think maybe he and his wife have her.
Well, wouldn't they see the news and see that, hey, she's missing?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't. I think it was an illegal immigrant that got her.
Oh shit! Excuse me.
But then I see the neighbor. The neighbor, like retribution, like you burned my house, you're gonna pay. So I'm just trying to figure out how these pieces fit together with him. What spirit is showing me? You get it? Like
chronologically, you want to.
She's like this on the street or hiding behind a building, and someone hears her, and it's like, "What's the matter, little girl? Are you okay?" And she's crying, and I just feel like, okay, so he helps her, and then I see a church, and then I see the neighbor, the house that she lit up.
There too, yeah.
I'd like to know who her neighbor is. I'd like to see a picture of her neighbor.
Well, hey, you know what? You know how he's really good at finding stuff out. Cal, find out all the information, and maybe we can get a map.
Yeah, I can probably at least find out where her parents lived. And
it was near a field. Okay, so if I'm looking, I see a field, like a baseball field. It looks like a field, like a school field, like they would play sports there in that field.
Marching band, football, yeah.
And there she was. I think she ran there, and she was hiding behind a building or behind the auditorium or something, like a shed. And then I see somebody come up. It's like, "Why are you crying?" But they're in Spanish. Now, is she Spanish?
She looks to be. She looks Hispanic.
What's her name?
Is Jessica Holtzinger.
The last name's not, but
yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at the kind of the neighborhood she lived in. There was a St. Mark's Catholic Church not too far from there, which had a school attached to it, had a gymnasium or a football.
That's what you're seeing, Mary?
Yes, that's what I'm seeing.
So it looks like it's definitely walkable. Maybe less than half a mile from where she lived would have been this. It's Wilson Elementary School also. So
Well, wouldn't it be wonderful if someone that's close to the case or knows somebody could find?
But if she is in this church, if they are hiding, they will not give her up. That's the church. Catholic.
Okay, well, there's Wilson Elementary School and looks like
Oh.
Wilson Primary. It looks like Wilson schools are next to St. Mark's Catholic Church. All kind of the same area.
Bam. There you go.
So St. Mark's Catholic Church is somehow involved in this, we think?
I feel like somehow, whether the person took her there for help, or or took her to the priest, but I feel like, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing the neighbor of the house she burned, like the guy.
Odd.
Well, there is a talk about the auditorium you see. Tell me about, like you said, near the auditorium. Tell me about
red. I don't know if it's red or not, but I see just an outside wall, and she is up against the outside wall. First, it looks like part of a city, like she ran around the corner and then went a little bit further, and I see an auditorium, the outside of it, and I see the field. She was hiding behind things, and this person found her.
I'm going to bring something up.
I mean, it was a good Samaritan that found her, but what happened to her later is not good.
Maybe she thought they had good intentions, and perhaps they didn't end up having great intentions.
Right, exactly.
Well, I think most adults, regular, normal adults, would try to locate the child's family and not keep the child.
Yeah.
That's just weird to me. I don't know.
She didn't want to go back.
Bring something on the screen.
Want to go back. I think she was so afraid. She did.
Well, it sounds like it'd start a fire. That's life ending. Is
that red? What's red? What is that red?
That's next to the auditorium there. That's the near her home.
That's what I saw. That building.
That red building near the auditorium. The auditorium is that circular, weird looking building in the middle.
Okay, so that building right there. That's the red
where she's at.
That's that red building there, huh?
Yep. That's where she was.
Yeah.
She could have been moved.
Get
Damn. Well, since she's still here, let's do whatever we can to return this girl home. I would love to hear a story that ends.
Yeah.
So she is still alive, Mary, today, you think? At least that's what you see.
And what year was this?
This was
just
3 weeks
recently.
ago.
3 weeks ago.
June 18th, Mary.
I feel like she was alive when she was at the auditorium, and the guy said, "Come with me, everything's going to be okay." And then I got the church, and then I see the neighbor. So one of those pictures I'm seeing she's not alive, and the other picture I'm seeing, no, I don't want to go back home, and she's fighting and she's screaming, I don't want to go back home. I don't want to go back home. And I don't see any more after that. So we got to put those pieces of the puzzle together.
Okay, I'm gonna get another picture of this building up here. Maybe this is a little closer to the red building here. Let me add this back up to this. This is that red building we were seeing in the background there.
Yes.
So that's the building you think she was near. That's part of that whole school complex I was talking about.
Yes.
Right.
I saw it was red, and she was hiding around the backside of it. What is on the backside of that? Is that where the field is?
Huge parking lot.
Okay. Where's the field that I saw?
Between her house and that place there. So she would have had to go through the field to get to that place.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so I got one more to bring to the stage. It's actually sent in by Sabria. Sabrine. I'm sorry.
Hi, Sabrine.
Hey, so Sabrine sent in this one. This is don't have a lot of information. Drew Benny Clark. This is her here in the middle. What do we see? Ooh, okay. Mary, what do you see?
Oh my God.
What happened? What happened?
Okay, so I see some. Okay, so yeah. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry.
Oh my God. It's like, what was that scary movie? White woman in an apartment and she attacked her roommate or something. Do you remember that movie?
Single white female?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. I've had some friends like that. I think that she was local to Sabrina, and I think that there's just some inconsistency, as I don't know. It's like unknown what happened. So you see mental illness.
I do.
What do you see?
I do see mental illness. I don't know if she committed suicide by her own hand or pills. I'm seeing pills, okay? I see pills. But I see like there is some mental illness. I feel like the guy on the left, is that her husband?
I think so, but there was a weird thing. Apparently they were romantically involved. I could be misquoting, but apparently he referred to her as a friend, and they were much more than friends, whether it be boyfriend or spouse. So some things just really it was a little suspicious, but I know very little about this. I was just, I got a text.
I just feel like his head is always in the clouds. He's hard to pin down, but her, I saw like there was a sweet side and then there was a devilish mean side, but I saw pills, I saw alcohol. So what happened to her?
I don't know. I should have asked more questions. I can find out. I can find out afterwards. I know that she's not alive. I know this happened in Michigan, Metro Detroit area, and also it happened like just recently, August. As soon as August, that was
right. I'm seeing alcohol. Okay, I'm seeing pills. I'm seeing, and I wish I could think of a movie. I don't really watch TV or movies, but with the alcohol, she's walking around going, wah, 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 and then she goes, "Don't you like me?" And it's a depression, but it's a mental illness, and I feel like she OD'd. I feel like it was an overdose.
Okay. Well,
she wanted to know what happened to her. Is that why her pictures?
I believe so. Yes. The text message that I got was, "Hey, I know you see a lot of cases like this. Can you see what Mary sees about this girl?" And I got the name, and it was sent a picture and just said that it was a suspicious death, and it was last summer.
A suspicious death. I'm gonna. Do we not have another picture of her or of him?
Just one. I can. Of course I can get another one or more information, and next Sunday we can talk about it. It's all I have right now.
Yeah, I see. Like, I don't know what sort of mental illness, but I think a lot of it had to do with alcohol and
like alcohol induced stuff.
Yeah.
There's psychosis and whatnot.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, if it were some big tragedy, it would have been presented to me as a tragedy. So.
Okay.
Well, there you go, Sabrina.
We'll have some more. We can get to update some next week. And of course, we'll always be updating all of our cases. Let's update the London serial killer. We need to get back to that dude again. We've forgotten him a little too long, but we'll get more of that next week. So lots more to come. Ladies, anything more to talk about? Anything more to discuss, update?
I just want to encourage people that have a missing persons case or a murder that needs to be solved, unalived that needs to be solved. Please email therealmarythemedium@gmail.com, and one of us will. Yes, Amy. You're jealous.
Hey, Joyce. I.
Thank you, Colleen.
Thank you, Colleen.
Thank you. I just want the British police to look more into that guy. I really do. Hey, Melissa.
Yeah. Isn't it nice to see some viewers that?
Oh,
Jason.
Hey, Jason.
Keeping that room clean.
So I gave Jason a reading last week off camera. Jason, what did you think about the reading I gave you? He's off camera, right?
Yeah, he's off camera. I think he might be backstage, so he might be able to see me, but maybe he can type and let me know. I know that.
Want to talk, Jason?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi, honey.
Hey, Jason.
Hey.
I'm trying to navigate through these things, so sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah, it was a good reading. It was very accurate. One of them was my mom's mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was her.
Okay.
She talks to my mom told me that she talks to her in her sleep, is talking to her.
Yeah. Okay. So. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, thanks for manning the chat.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, appreciate having you here, Jason.
A wonderful, trustworthy friend of mine.
We'll get you on screen when we need a panel. Jason's got some gifts. Everybody has gifts on the show with me. My third eye is clogged as hell, so no gifts here, but everybody else all around gifted, and loudmouth.
That's why we have you, though.
That's why I'm here, folks.
No, I thought I was the loudmouth. Are you kidding?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I will do my best to get louder. I'll turn my mic up next week and be even louder. But that's about all the time we have today. Really appreciate everybody for showing up. We got a lot of people in the studio, a lot of people watching us today. Appreciate your time, Mary, as always. Brooke and Jason.
Yeah.
Keep going, guys. And everybody out there, appreciate you tuning in. Hey, leave links, leave some shows for us in the comments. I will get to that kind of stuff. We love if you have a personal connection, you go first in line. So put some comments, send anything to therealmarythemedium@gmail.com or
I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and everything like that also. But we will see you next week, 9 p.m. Sunday. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you in a week. Bye.
Have a blessed week, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mary.